everyone, so today I'm finally getting around to showing you my MAC lipstick collection, which I think has been about 6 months in the making, or in me saying I'm going to do a MAC lipsticks collection video and never ever actually doing it. So I'm finally getting around to it. These are my MAC lipsticks. It's not a massive, like, really extensive collection. I'm sure there are so many on YouTube that are like hundreds and thousands of, I don't think there's thousands of MAC lipsticks, but hundreds of MAC lipsticks or whatever, but mine is pretty selective and small, and I like it that way because it means that I use all of them. So I'm going to run you through, and I'm going to start with, I think, what I'm wearing today, which is a nice new combination that I've never tried before, and it is, I'm just trying to find the second one because I've got two on and I can't find it. This is the problem, they all look the same. Found it. So the two that I have on today are Please Me and Hue. Please Me is a kind of matte Barbie pink, I want to say. Like, it's a very, very girly pink. It's quite bright. It's quite a bright baby pink, I would say, and it has a very matte finish, so you do feel very, very girly when you wear it. It's not very natural, but it is really, really pretty, and I really like it, especially with Hue over the top. And Hue is kind of a, I think it's a glaze finish. Yeah, it's a glaze, so it's kind of very kind of creamy, very sheer, with a little bit of a kind of like slight frosting to it. So it's got like a little bit of shimmer-ish almost in it, and it's just very creamy, very sheer. And because it's a very light baby pink, it's kind of, it sheers and nudes out a lot of colours, so I like to wear it with some things that are very, very bright, just to kind of tone them down slightly. So those are the two that I'm actually wearing today, one over the other, and I really, really like the combination of those two, but I also really like them alone. I get a lot more use out of Hue, as you can probably tell by the size of it, and I just love it. It's not even in like lipstick shape anymore because it's just been moulded to the shape of my lip, and yeah, I just love that one. It's one of my all-time favourites. And another old favourite of mine is Shy Girl, which is a nude, kind of creamy, pinky, peachy, no, it's a peachy nude, I'd say. And it's very, very nude with quite a strong orange, kind of yellowy undertone, which doesn't really suit my skin very well. I find it tends to really wash me out if I'm not the right kind of level of tanned. If I'm super pale, it can look really, really strange. But I do really like it for when I am tanned. It does kind of transition into the perfect nude for me in the summertime, and I love that. It's also really great with lip glosses over the top. It just kind of works quite nicely with a lot of different combinations. And it's a cream sheen finish as well, so you can kind of have it like fully creamy and it just has a slight sheen to it, or you can pat it in and it tends to look quite natural, which is really nice. And a lot of the MAC lipsticks I have, I normally pat in and have a cream sheen finish just because they look the most natural and just are my favourite finish out of all of them. Next up is Cream Cup, and this is basically, if Please Me and Hue had a baby, it would be this. I should have just worn this today and saved myself the time of combining two lipsticks, but this is one of my absolute favourite pink lipsticks from MAC. It's just such a nice girly baby pink, and it's quite a creamy finish, I think. Yeah, it's a cream sheen, which is why I like it, and I just absolutely love this one. It's just like the perfect pink for the summertime, and it's kind of nude, so it's not too in your face, and I just absolutely love it. I wore it so much last summer, and it's just one of my faves. And then another old favourite that I very, very rarely use anymore because it is so matte is Ruby Whoo. And a little fact for you, this was my first ever lipstick that I actually owned. I have had this twice. I got bought this when I think I was 12, and I didn't understand MAC, and I just thought it was really cool that it smelled really nice, and so I kept it for ages because of that. But other than that, I never ever wore it and threw it out when I was like 13, and yeah, didn't realise until I then got into MAC and discovered this that I'd owned this like 4 or 5 years previously. And yeah, it's just one of those funny little lipsticks that I keep around and very rarely use, but when I do crack it out, it's normally around Christmas time, and it's just one of those perfect kind of reds for that kind of time of the year, and it's just really nice, very long lasting because it's super matte. So I tend to just use a little bit of lip liner just to kind of make sure it's even on the outer corners, and then apply it from the bullet, and it does not move. And then we have probably the least loved of my MAC lipstick collection so far, I think, and it doesn't look like it because I've definitely used it and it looks used, but this is Ravishing, which is another cream sheen. I went through a phase where I basically just started buying all of the cream sheens because I love them, and this is one that, it's a nude, but it's got quite a lot of orange in it, but it's not like a bright orange. It's a nudie orangey natural colour, and it can really wash you out, so I tend to use this more in the summer, but it's just not my favourite out of all of them. Yeah, this one is a bit of a weird one. It really does wash me out the majority of the time. I think if you had a much darker skin tone than me, this would look amazing and would be a really nice kind of orangey nude, but on me it's just completely not right, but sometimes I do like it, so I just keep it around for the sake of that. But other than that, it's definitely not my favourite lipstick that I've ever bought from MAC. A lipstick that I have bought from MAC though that does rival my love for Hue is Patisserie, and you can tell because it's just been so well used. It's doing the thing that Hue has done where it's like moulded flat and almost to the shape of my lip, but I just love this. This is a kind of more natural pinky brownie colour. It's like a more nudie brownie version of Hue with a little bit more pigment, a little bit more pink to it, and I really love this. It's just such a lovely natural colour, and you can wear it just straight from the bullet or you can pat it in and it looks so natural. It's just like a your lips but better colour kind of thing. Then we have my most recent three. We've whizzed through this because my collection is so small. I actually did used to own a lot more MAC lipsticks, I think about 3 years ago, and then I did throw quite a few of them away. So we're on to the final three, which are my most recent MAC lipsticks. So if you've been watching my videos recently and you've seen my hauls or my favourites, you will probably know what these three are. But I have Syrup, Mehr and Amorous, and these are all very, very similar. If you have kind of one of these, you probably don't need the rest unless you're a serial lipstick hoarder like I am. But Syrup is my favourite out of all three. It's basically like a nudie, purpley, kind of frosty colour. What finish is this? It's a luster, so it does have a kind of like frosty kind of weird finish to it, but it doesn't really translate onto the lips at all, and it's a really lovely, really interesting kind of pinky purpley nude. There's nothing else that's really like it. It's very unique, and this is actually one that I've been reaching for on a daily basis at the moment, and I would 100% recommend picking it up. Kind of whatever your skin tone is, I feel like it works on so many people, and there are so many different bloggers and YouTubers with different skin tones that love this, so I think it's kind of one of those universal nude colours. And then we have Mehr, which is its slightly darker kind of cousin, and it's a matte finish, which I really like. I like wearing this to weddings if I'm just going to like the evening reception bit, because it's kind of like a nude, but it's a bit darker and it's quite long lasting because it's matte, and it's not like a proper matte, like a Ruby Woo matte. It's not that kind of so matte you can barely get it on your lips. It's kind of a creamy matte, which I really do like, and I really like wearing this with Soar lip pencil. It looks really nice. It's a really lovely combination. Soar lip pencil and Syrup as well look really nice, and it also looks really nice with Amorous, which is this colour, and this is a very dark kind of natural purpley colour with a bit of pink. It's a really interesting one. I haven't got too much use out of this yet, but I feel like it's a really nice kind of evening shade, especially in the winter if you're not into wearing a super dark lip but you don't want to wear like a nude lipstick. This is like the perfect in-between, and I haven't got too much use out of this yet. I have a feeling I will when we start getting into autumn. So that is it for my MAC lipstick collection. So few that I could literally hold them in two hands, but I really like having a smaller collection. I feel like I use them so much more. However, I would like to invest in some more bright colours, especially for the summer. So if you have any recommendations on your favourite bright lipsticks, whether it's a bright pink or a bright orange or a red, then let me know, and I might do a little MAC haul again soon. I know I've just done one, but you know, I just like buying lipsticks. So let me know what your favourites are in the comments, and I will have a little browse in MAC, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!